Hi everybody, Bobby from the Rabbitry Center, and today we're going to talk about heat stress, how to prevent heat stroke in your rabbits. We're going to talk all about it today. Stick with us. Here we go. The side that we don't look at or see is all white to reflect the sunlight, and it's really only needed early season because the white reflective roofing, it's always cold. You'll come out here on a 90-degree day, you touch it, it's cold. So it's definitely something you should be using if you don't have any shade trees. Be sure to use white reflective material. Maybe consider painting it white if you want to. Now, these rabbits, they're going to benefit from full-time shade. It's important that you make sure you either put these rabbitry hutches on the north side of the building or on the east side of the building so the sun comes over. It's never out in the sun at the hottest times of the day. You know, preferably full-time shade is what you want. If you don't have any shade trees or buildings or structures to hide behind, then you can put up 4x4s around your rabbitry hutch and connect a shade cloth. They come with grommets. You can find them in our storefront. You can get 30%, 40% shading. That's a quick way to do it. You can also plant shade trees like maple trees, or the shade trees that we have are black locust trees. I mean, they're nasty, thorny trees, but they're good for firewood, and they're good for shading because they kind of shade out a little late in the spring, but they have parallel leafing, and they just have lots of leaves, and they do really well. I wish they were fodder trees though. They're actually poisonous to rabbits. You don't want to feed your rabbits black locust, so we just burn it all. We just make brush piles and we burn it all, and it's good firewood. Black locust is a good hard wood, so kind of hard on the chainsaw though. Frozen bottles are probably the fastest and easiest way to cool your rabbits down. It's aggravating. Sometimes the rabbits will stay on one side of the cage while the frozen bottle is there and ready and able for them to just cool right down, but they'll just ignore it. And other rabbits will just climb over it and just straddle it, and you can just tell they really know what they're doing. So that's the smart rabbit. But we use 1 liter bottles because you can use 2 liter bottles, but we have a 12 cage system out here that I can fit all those bottles in one 5-gallon bucket. So way ahead of time, right around probably May here in Michigan, we'll start taking our 1 liter bottles and putting them in the freezer so they're ready. Once temperatures cool down, of course we'll pull them out and we'll make room for rabbit meat and venison and chicken meat, whatever else we have, turkey maybe. The 2 liters may last a little longer. Maybe if you have less cages, you can use 2 liter bottles, and they're gonna go longer. They're gonna go 5, 6, 7 hours. These 1 liter bottles in 90-degree weather will last about 4 or 5 hours. You'll come out about that time, you'll see that the bottle maybe has a little bit of cold temperature to it, but it's completely thawed. And these bottles, the 1 liter bottles on average, do take about 15 to 16 hours in the freezer to freeze. Have enough bottles so if you have to, you can actually trade out bottles with a fresh frozen bottle for the evening time. If you just have really hot temperatures, like say down in Florida or Texas, that sort of thing. You can see behind me our kindling tote system. We use totes to cool our rabbits down. They basically tunnel out the back of our hutch, and when they go down into this tote, a little bit of insulation with dirt, and all of a sudden it feels just like a basement. That feeling, you go downstairs on a hot day, there's no air conditioning down there, but it's instantly cooler because of all that dirt around the foundation. Same thing happens with these kindling totes, and plus they have terrific air circulation back and forth. But you do want to check the totes every now and then to make sure that you don't have a rabbit that is going to the bathroom in the tote. You'll have to clean that out and put new shavings in there. Shavings they're not very expensive, but you want to make sure you check that, and I put about 1 to 2 inches of shavings in there. And I mean, we can do all our totes for, I think it's right around $5. So, and if you're doing that maybe every month, that's really not that big of an investment to make sure you're keeping your rabbits cool in the hottest parts of the summer. So, we're only talking maybe 3-4 months. So really good tool to make sure that your herd isn't susceptible to heat stress. Now, heat stress is something that it's one of those things where you're gonna spot it because your rabbit will be non-responsive in some cases. That's an extreme case. That's when you want to take your rabbit and submerge it in a tub of water. Don't get its mouth, its ears, its eyes, its nose, and none of that wet. Just right up to its neck. Just kind of rest its head on the edge of the tub and submerge it in lukewarm water. This is going to bring its body temperature down immediately. You don't want to shock it with ice cold water or anything. But what you're going to do is once the rabbit's wet, you're going to lightly comb the hair with your fingers in the water so it's nice and damp. Take the rabbit out, lay it on a towel in front of a box fan on low. That is going to instantly cool your rabbit down, and keep it there until it returns to normal. Make sure your rabbit is finally doing well before you take it back out into the heat, and maybe even quarantine it there for a time period where I like to have one cage dedicated for quarantining, and maybe when you're introducing a new rabbit into your herd or something, you can monitor that rabbit for a time period until you feel comfortable where it's 100% again, or at least healthy enough to go back out into the rabbitry. So that's just something you can do. Also, the ears too. Take a damp cloth, a nice cold washcloth, and lightly damp the insides of the rabbit's ears. Rabbit's ears, the veins in the rabbit's ears is how that's how they control their temperature. So if you can cool that down, that will help the rabbit cool down. So we try to have computer fans running in all our cages, and these fans are incredible. They really make a difference, and you can feel how the fan is even hitting the back of the cage, because we have a backsplash 1/2-inch plywood, and that hits it and circulates. So you have all these fans going, so these rabbits actually have circulation, and this is powered by solar power. Now, if you guys have stuck with us over the years, watched any of our videos, I'm sure you're aware of it. If you guys like podcasts, be sure to check out the Rabbitry Center podcast. It's available wherever you hear podcasts at, and it's free. So you can listen to rabbit topics that we cover, but be sure to check that out because a lot of good content on there. We've tried different wires and we've tried different fans and products, and we've come to the conclusion on what fans we like. The certain power that will make sure the fans are strong, and solar panels. And we're actually trading things out. We're always evolving, and so if you stick with us, you'll always be updated and see the best stuff that we're using. Now, one thing that we traded out this year was our fan wire. Our fan wire now is a 18 gauge thermostat wire, and this wire is tough, it's copper, whereas our old wire was a speaker wire that was aluminum. It was weak, it corroded really quickly, it was no good. Every year we were it was just difficult to even splice it. It was cheaper, but this wire that we use now is higher quality, it's stronger, it's going to last longer, and it's really cut down on maintenance. I would say probably the worst part about running fans is probably the maintenance. It seems like there's always something to do. There's always a chipmunk or something that maybe the rabbits ran out of water, they drank all their water, and they came through because you didn't happen to have one of those guards in the bowl where they couldn't get into the bowl and out the cage. You should be sure to check that out. There's a little piece of cage wire that prevents rabbits from getting in and getting out. So it's starting to heat up today. It's about 85 today. It was 90 yesterday. We've been pulling honey, and I don't go out to the apiary without a cooler of water, Gatorade, and maybe a beer or two. So these fans run on a 12-volt system, and they're powered at right around 0.25 amps. And we found a link where you can get 2 of these for right around 10 bucks. And it's a great deal because these fans will run for years as long as you keep the rabbits from chewing this wire. One thing I wanted to add with these computer fans is I use PVC to run the wire through, a conduit. It's good to actually put the conduit between the cages so you don't have manure and urine falling on the conduit. Oh, big spider. Sometimes it's just as easy as tightening up a wire nut. I like putting them by the water bowl. They'll dunk their head, and then you can see that they're cooling off. It feels really good when you get out of the pool and the breeze comes and it just cools you right off. Right now, pool sounds good. We just did a sore hawks video when we talked about marble and how marble has thermal conductivity is high, and that basically means it always feels cold. You can buy 12-inch and just break it in half like we did. That was broken in half. Or you can buy 6-inch by 12-inch tiles. Now, ceramic is cold, but marble will always feel colder. It's often used in structures to actually control the temperature in the building, in the room. That's how cold it is. So be sure to entertain buying a tile of marble for your rabbits in the hottest times of the year. Now, in the spring, fall, winter, I choose wood. I choose 1/2 inch pieces of wood. Why? Because the rabbits can chew them. A lot of resting boards, they actually have holes in them so the manure or the urine will fall through. So, but marble resting boards is a terrific choice. Also, there's these big ice cubes that you can buy. I believe these are right around 2 pounds, and these are pretty neat. You know, you can actually, these are actually used for like soup and chilies and stuff, but you can store these giant ice cubes. So you can put it in the cages and the rabbits will chew on these ice cubes to cool off. I'll link these down below. These are pretty neat. You just push these giant ice cubes out. We were making cocktails last night. I went to go put this in my glass and it didn't even fit in my glass. These are just giant ice cubes. And you know, you can buy ice cubes that are even bigger. But the problem is they're just so heavy. So, you know, that's why I like these. And plus I can put 2 trays in. I get 8 ice cubes, depending on how many cages you have. One con that I almost forgot about computer fans is the fact that they turn into heaters. And when it gets up into the upper 90s, maybe you're hitting triple digits. And at that point, it's just a heater that's blowing on the rabbit. And this isn't gonna really work in very, very hot climates. So you'll have to entertain other things like frozen water bottles or even misters. Misters is one of those things that as long as you mount them in the right area where it's not spraying your pellet in the J feeder, because you don't want that to get moldy and soggy. So be sure to maybe mount it towards the back half of the cage, and you're gonna wanna make sure you put on a hard water filter if you're living out in the country. That way sediment and all that hard water doesn't clog up your misters. That way they work most efficiently as possible and they don't get clogged up, and you're always, you know, that's another thing. Then you'd be always changing out those, and what a pain in the butt. So be sure to add that. But what a great system, being able to cool down your rabbits. They run on timers. They're just a couple AAA batteries, and you can set this thing, hook it up to the hose, and every 20 minutes or so cools your rabbit down on an estimated 20-degree difference. So imagine going from 100 to 80 or 110 to 90. I mean, what a relief, you know. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching today. Be sure to share your comments. I always appreciate anybody who takes the time to share their thoughts, and I want to answer your questions, and plus that helps me make better videos down the line. So please reach out. Let me know if you need anything. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next video. You know, you can actually, these are actually used for like soup and chilies and stuff, but you can store these giant ice cubes.